Good. These are nice chairs. I'm still not happy. We gave up 43 points in the second half, 54 against Baylor. That's 97 points in the second half of basketball. It's just not really good enough. We only turned them over one time in the second half, and I'm still having to coach effort and energy, and that's a problem. And I think the thing what's got to translate is how much you hate losing. And if we can't pick up our effort and our energy, our physicality of our play, finishing plays, we block a shot and they get the rebound, with way too much consistency. And I get the guys kind of focused on that, then we got a chance to be okay. Southeastern Louisiana, was picked to either finish first or second in the league, and they live in a league with Northwestern State, who last year beat TCU at TCU. They live in a league with McNeese State, who already has gone on the road and beaten VCU. And tonight, I think Nicholls State beat LSU. And Nicholls State's picked in the top 3 or 4. So I'm just, trust me when I tell you, those guys came in thinking they were going to win the game. They've got seniors, and that's a good team. That team's going to have a good year. But I'm still not, pleased. But I want to give them a lot of credit, and I want to give their coaching staff a lot of credit. They were prepared. They played well. They competed. They had a good scheme, and so very, very impressed. Obviously McFarland's a terrific player. I've known Roscoe Eastman for his almost his whole life. Dad's a good friend in Atlanta. We did a good job on Caldwell, and Big Country played 35 minutes. So, hats off to them.
Bruce, the issues with effort, is that something that you can sort of understand with some newcomers, or as a coach, is that completely unacceptable for you?
No, I can't understand it at all. And it's got to come from within, and it's got to come from our returning players.
Second question, Jaylen Williams became Auburn's all-time winningest player tonight. Just your thoughts on what he's meant to this program over the last 5 years.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing now. To be the all-time winningest player, and then he's going to have a chance to add to that this year. So that was the first thing I did when in the locker room tonight is congratulated Jaylen, for that. The fact that he came here originally and showed some promise, but he was behind some veteran frontline guys, like D'Angelo Purifoy, I think, might have been a senior, and he came in, I think, the year after the Final Four, maybe. I'm not really sure exactly. But we had an injury or two, and then late in the year, all of a sudden, boom. Jaylen Williams said, oh, wow, that's pretty promising, pretty bouncy, pretty athletic freshman. Then he comes back his sophomore year, which wound up being that COVID year, and he has a great sophomore year. Puts up real numbers, and had a great sophomore year. Then he comes back for his junior year. Jabari Smith's coming in. Most guys leave. Jabari Smith's coming in. My position, I'm out of here. Instead, Jaylen Williams said, I love Auburn. I'm going to compete with Jabari and make Coach Pearl play him somewhere else on the floor or play me somewhere else. And they battled, and, Jabari didn't beat him up right away. And then, obviously, last year, and, of course, Jaylen Williams went to the tournament that year. Last year, Jaylen Williams went to the tournament. Can he go 3 years in a row? Not many guys wearing an Auburn basketball uniform have been able to do that. We got a lot of work to do to make that happen, but I know that's in his sights.
Coach, you talked about the energy and effort, but what can you say about the energy brought by KD and Chad Baker-Mazara off of the bench tonight?
I thought KD was terrific. I thought KD played one of his better games. I thought he was really locked in, got downhill, shot the three ball. He still breaks us down by, taking some possessions off defensively, but there were less of those tonight. And I thought Chad Baker at times. I'm one of Chad Baker's biggest fans and one of his biggest critics. He has real ability, but he has to do it on both ends of the floor. And so I'm excited for him. I'm excited to coach him. I've got a great relationship with both KD and Chad. And those two guys are both really talented. Like I believe in asking more from the guys who are capable of giving more. I don't ask more from everybody. That's the way KD's capable of playing like that, and then some. And Chad Baker's capable of playing better.
Coach Cheney Johnson all over the boards tonight, but kind of struggled a little bit offensively, just kind of looked a little lost. Do you think it's just because he's going through an adjustment period?
Yeah, he is. I don't know. You know, he every shot he takes, I like. He is our hardest worker. He is in the gym all the time, and so I want him to keep shooting. You know, I think he adds to the degree of difficulty inside by twisting and flipping and floating, and that stuff needs to go away. And I just think he's very unselfish. Man, he one of them guys now that he plays the way I want to play now. And he is athletic and he'll fly around. And so I'm okay with Cheney. You know, maybe he tricked off a few shots, but he really helps us defensively. And obviously with 11 boards, 7 offensive boards, that's how he needs to play. I was very happy with how he played tonight. Hope, what do you got?
Aiden was, I think, plus 17 in 22 minutes. Just talk about his performance.
You know, the lights come on, the lights get bright, and number one shows up. He does. I think I like about what Trey and Aiden did tonight. They only had one turnover together, which was really good. You know, obviously he's a gifted offensive player. You've got a real good feel for tempo. I'd like him to go faster. I'd like him to push it harder. But he's got it. You can see it. He's working hard defensively. He still gets lined up a little bit because of his size and his youth, but he's working at it. Got some special in him. Okay. All right, guys, thanks. Thank you.